Hi, I'm joined by Jim Fearn, guide fly fishing, casting instructor and salmon fishing guide. Jim's going to talk us through this RIO Scandi shooting head kit. Jim, first of all, tell me a little bit about it and then tell me the benefits of this line and when we would use it.
Yeah, the RIO, the new RIO Scandi is really an advancement on the already popular RIO AFS.
Yeah.
The advantages, or the thing that makes this so special, is largely the core that it's built on. It's built on RIO's new Connect core, which has, as I understand it, a 6% stretch.
So very little.
Absolutely, yeah. As I understand it, again, your standard industry is about 30%
Yeah, 30%.
stretch. So from a salmon fishing point of view, within this line, bite detection is obviously going to be a lot sooner, and also responsiveness in the actual casting process as well.
It's quite good that you've got that sensitivity, especially sort of on a swung fly, just on the dangle there, that little soft take. If you've got 30% stretch, you don't got to feel it as much as you're with a 6% stretch. I would imagine that'd be fantastic getting that kind of sensitivity. Yeah,
that's right. It's a massive advantage. I mean, last year I was fortunate enough to have a really good day using this system, and just like you've noted, you know, you're certainly well ahead of what you would have been with standard lines. And you've probably done it yourself. I mean, if the line's snagged maybe somewhere in the swing, and it can sometimes take a few seconds longer than you would think it would to actually realise. And obviously the same is true when you're hooking a fish.
Yeah. And is there different leader sections on this as well?
Yeah. My mistake. No, it's the same tips or Versi leaders that are in the
leaders. That's it. Leaders.
Yeah. A lot of confusion at the minute with Versi leaders and Versi tips.
Yeah.
We'll look at Versi tips later, but in essence, a Versi tip is actually part of that line system, whereas the Versi leaders go on the end, if you will.
Yeah, it's that little additional extra.
That's right.
And is that a little bit extra casting weight? I see here on this line, for instance, we've got the line weight in grams on that line.
Yeah.
And what does that do? The heavier line, does it load the rod quicker?
The actual rating there really is for the angler's benefit, especially if you imagine, like we talked earlier, that these can be put on cassettes, and certainly if you can see the tag end of that, then you can straight away see what that particular weight of the head is, so that there's no confusion or you put the wrong weight on.
Now, a lot of people get confused, Jim. I'm in the industry, and at times so do I. What's the difference between Scandi and Skagit? Is it the profile taper, obviously, but what are the differences?
Well, Scandi, if using the RIO Scandi is essentially a shooting head.
Right.
In the 10 weights case, or what we would refer to as a 10, is about 39 feet in length. The actual Skagit is a much shorter line and really designed to cast a lot heavier flies in bigger water conditions. And we'll maybe look at one a little bit later on.
So this actual Scandi one, tell me what the ideal fishing situation is for it to use this.
Ideal fishing situation, pretty much like the AFS. Again, we use 18 inches of extra water on the river. Pretty much everywhere you go, that seems to be perfect. Great line. When the weather isn't too severe or water conditions aren't too severe, great for casting small to medium-sized tubes. So very delicate with a delicate enough presentation, should I say, for very small flies also.
So Jim, we've talked about this at some length, but tell me, what's the ideal fishing situation, the ideal fishing conditions? For instance, can I go straight from my leader, my salmon leader with my fly attached, straight onto the head of that? Do I need to use these tip sections?
Yeah, the tip sections that come, or the leaders that come within the kit, are exactly that. They're really there to serve two purposes. One is to provide additional taper, and not necessarily in this order, and secondly is to give the extra depth that you may require. And what you've just said there is a common mistake, really, of what a lot of fishers fall for, of simply tying level line directly to the end of a shooting head. That's right, the system turns over really fast and presentation is going to suffer. Then the fly will crash in a bit. And to be fair, this isn't unique to shooting heads. In my experience of a casting instructor, whether it's people stillwater trout fish as an example, and as you've probably seen many times, just level line tied onto there. really destroys presentation.
Especially with any weight on the fly, it's just
Absolutely.
forget it.
And the same carries with spey lines and also shooting head.
So, very cleverly, Jim, somebody's put here, this is the end of your running line. It's orange with a loop. The start of your head section is orange. Even a mug can't get that wrong.
Yeah, you'd like to think so.
And also this, what length's that? Is it 17 feet so you can see?
That's right, yeah, it's a 17-foot long section of high visibility, which is going to pretty much mean that you'll be able to judge overhang easily by looking at the colour change coming down to your hand.
Explain overhang to me, Jim.
Yeah, overhang is a term that's used to refer to how much shooting line is from the rod tip to the actual head itself.
Right.
Sometimes, well, in essence, about the 18 inches for a lot of people is pretty much the maximum that they would want to go on overhang. Mentioned 18 inches a few times. It's the advantages of that is it will tighten loops. The disadvantage, or the times when to reduce this, is pretty much when we've got heavy flies on the end or really windy conditions, let's say. But with having such a long high vis section, it is a lot easier to gauge, especially when the lights go in and things like that.
So, Jim, rounding up, if you will, what's in the box?
The box comprises of the new Connect Core shooting line with the 17-foot durable handling section, which is
high vis as well.
Absolutely high vis, so that you can see that, judge overhang. Also in the box is of course the head, again built on Connect Core.
And that's got the weight there with the grains.
That's right, that's right. And just like the AFS, there is 3 Versi leaders, an intermediate, and a 3.9 and a 7-inch per second. A lot of people, while we're on this subject, ask me, well, how can you tell the difference, the different sink rates of the actual tips themselves? RIO actually colour code, and I've got that slightly wrong, this is the blue, which is a 5-inch per second. But for those that don't necessarily want to learn what colours match which particular tip, a simple way is the thinner the tip, the faster it's going to sink.
It'll also be heavier.
Absolutely.
But you're not going to feel that in your hand. There you go. What a great bit of kit. Thanks for that, Jim.
Okay, thank you.